Kretinsky'S high stake juggling act. So West Ham's co-owner Daniel Kretinsky finds himself at the centre of a high-stakes drama, with his business empire spanning diverse industries and geographies as he navigates two major takeovers, but none of them involving West Ham. One is involving the French IT firm Atos, and the other is with Royal Mail. West Ham fans will wonder how these moves could impact our beloved club. It's a question we've been asked quite regular. So let's get into it. The Atos gamble. Now, Kretinsky's potential £600 million investment in the French IT giant Atos raises plenty of eyebrows. If successful, this acquisition would demand significant attention and resources. Atos, plagued by losses in the last several years, requires a massive turnaround effort, and it leaves little room, you could think, for Kretinsky to focus on West Ham matters. So the spotlight on him would intensify given Atos's prominence and its crucial contracts that it does have. Then, what do you have? The Royal Mail crossroads. Royal Mail, the British institution, faces a £3.5 billion offer from Kretinsky. However, shareholders and unions cast doubt on the deal's certainty. The impending general election adds quite a bit of scrutiny, political scrutiny, to the mix. And if Kretinsky does secure the Royal Mail deal, he'll grapple with trying to turn its fortunes around whilst managing public expectations. Now, what does this lead to in terms of West Ham's uncertain path with Kretinsky? Kretinsky holds the option for a full takeover. And here are some of the potential scenarios that we could find ourselves in. The deal with the Royal Mail is successful. Let's use this as thought number one. Would West Ham get left hanging? If Kretinsky's acquisitions are successful, his attention would be stretched thin. There is no ifs or buts or maybes. West Ham's fate may have to take a back seat in order to deal with the Royal Mail's challenges, and we all know there's plenty of challenges there. And financial realities could really force Kretinsky to redirect funds away from the club. Now, if the deal falters, do West Ham's hopes rises? And I think some fans are possibly thinking in their head, maybe that's what we want, the collapse of the Royal Mail deal. It would free cash reserves, could fuel Kretinsky's desire to increase his West Ham stake. And West Ham, could return back into the spotlight under a multi-billion pound owner. What about the double triumph? A Royal Mail and a West Ham success story? Unlikely. But what happens if Kretinsky conquers both? They call an agreement and it simplifies the West Ham takeover. Could the acquired business of Royal Mail indirectly benefit West Ham? And what if the deal collapses? What happens if all the deals collapse and Kretinsky is forced to abandon any potential West Ham takeover? There'll be a lot of collateral damage if Kretinsky fails to acquire the Royal Mail deal, and he's invested huge sums of money into trying to make the deal happen. And in this scenario, he can either maintain the status quo at West Ham or even consider selling a stake in the medium term. Now, if he was forced to abandon that could have the positive negative effect. And the whole point of me bringing this video today is to explain to you that, again, nobody really knows what the real situation is. We were always led to believe that Kretinsky likes to be a minority shareholder in a lot of these companies. But these two particular deals are multi-million pound deals and billion-pound deals. So the question I pose to you as West Ham fans is West Ham's destiny hanging in the balance because our part owner, shareholder, is busy looking at multi-billion pound corporate deals. Does that have a negative impact on the future direction of our club? It all would depend on the legacy that Daniel Kretinsky wants to leave. Does he want to take over a football club, a full takeover? Or is he happy to be in his bit part position? And do we want a majority shareholder? I mean, Royal Mail, I find it quite baffling. But then again, I am little old Anton, who is not a multi-millionaire, multi-billionaire, and look at these situations as turnover, business turnovers. And Kretinsky won't be just investing the money not to make any form of profit. So, like I said, the question for you is, do you think if he actually pushes forward with these deals, it would impact his role at West Ham? Let me know your feedback. It's interesting, but we've been asked that question a lot. Is he juggling with West Ham's future, or is he juggling too much? But he is a successful businessman for a reason. Join us later on for the West Ham Daily. Take it easy and come on, you irons.